Man, people really don't understand. Hey, we're back. Appreciate our sponsors and everything, man. But you know what? We back on this subject of child support. We are definitely having some good conversation about it, and we're just gonna go right back into it. So with that being said, the next question I pose to my readers, and I think this one kind of just bothers me in a way, even though I'm not in that situation. It just bothers me to have to know that it exists or know how things go on in the system, man. So the next question is, should parents who are not granted visitation rights, who are not granted custody, who don't get to see their children, should these people have to pay child support? And my answer to you, and I'm heated because I was just talking to a homeboy of mine, and his opinion is that a parent who doesn't have visitation, like who doesn't have any type of visitation right, he doesn't think they should have to pay child support. And a lot of people would think, well, you don't get to see your child and all that, so why would you have to pay child support? But I'm completely against it, because I feel like our judicial system ain't that messed up that a person who is a fit parent or who has their child's best interest wouldn't be able to get visitation. If you lost your visitation to your child, you probably did something to lose it. So to all my fellas out there, or to all my ladies who don't have visitation to your child, and you think the fact that you pay child support is messed up, then oh well, you deserve it. There's no way that I feel like our justice system is gonna say, oh, well, you know what, this person pays child support, but we ain't gonna let them see their child. I just don't see that happening. So the way I look at it is that it's something you did for a judge to look back, or for whoever the determining factor is, to say, you know what, we want you to pay child support, but we ain't gonna let you get the visitation. We ain't gonna let you see your child. And I mean, I don't see it. You did something, bro. So that's the bottom line. That's the only way I can feel about that. I don't even want nobody else to go in on it, because I don't want to have to go off about it. Actually, what I'm gonna have to do is get some other opinions on this joint. So I'm gonna have to reach to some other people, because you know it's just a lot go into it. But what I also got is that parents seem to think that not being there constitutes, you know, the whole gist of everything. Like the fact that you ain't there, you don't see them, you're not the person who picks this, picks that, means you shouldn't have to do nothing. Nah, bruh. Regardless of where you at, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of how much you have to see that child, the child still gotta be taken care of. Child gotta eat, child gotta have clothes, child has to do extracurricular things. They got all kinds of stuff they need. So regardless of whether you get to see them or not, you help make it, you gotta deal with it, man. That's just the way our system is. Last week we talked about abortions, if y'all remember, man, and you know what, I feel like a part of that ties into this, because I do think, you know what I'm saying, it's unfair how it goes at times where a person may have not even wanted the child in the very beginning, and the woman wanted it, or the man wanted it, and the woman didn't want it, however it may go, but now you forced to pay child support for these years to come, and it's tough. But for right now, I'm always a believer in obey Caesar and his laws. So despite how I feel about the abortion effort, now that the child is here is what we talking about. And you gotta do what you gotta do, man. That child needs to be taken care of. The next question we had to look at was, should legal visitation be contingent upon the parent being on court-ordered child support? Meaning, should you be able to see your child without putting yourself on child support, or without being on child support? And I think that stuff is completely unfair. I think it's some bullshit. Me and my son's mother have an understanding. We got things taken care of. My son is taken care of. But you telling me that if Mad Day comes and she's like, well, I want him every Christmas, or every Christmas and Thanksgiving, because of the fact that I'm not on court-ordered child support, I don't have no say-so? That's bull. I think if we decide that we're going to handle the child support part on our own, but we want to set up visitation through the court system so that it can be legally fair, then it shouldn't be no problem. But in states like North Carolina, in states like Ohio, where you have to be on child support in order to be granted legal custodial rights, you know, you get bamboozled. So now you telling me you're forcing me to put myself into your system. You forcing me to put myself on paper saying that, oh, now I have to pay child support, when what I'm doing to take care of my child is going to supersede anything y'all going to say anyway. But for those who don't, those who may not be able to pay what y'all want them to pay, but who still want to be that support factor, it's a lot of good mothers out there who don't get no money from some deadbeat fathers who don't get no bread from some dudes that don't give a damn. And I'll reverse and say, it's some fathers out there who don't get no support from their mothers. Shout out to, I hope you don't mind I'm say this, and if you do, then you got to deal with me on the street, but my homeboy Bobby, I ain't gonna say his last name, but Bobby got his oldest child, ain't getting no support from a damn person. Take care of that on his own, you know what I'm saying? But yet you telling me that if that child's mother wanted to be there, she couldn't? Nah, because that moral support is what's needed. That love is what's needed. So I don't care, man. If I have a child and his mother don't want to be there, if she just want to see him and be in his life in that manner, I'm going to let her be there. Now, am I going to let her make decisions? No, you're not going to make decisions about his life. You're not going to decide what goes on in his life. You're not going to set the rules or the guidelines, because that's not going to be your place. But I'll let you see your child and show love, man. And, you know, that's just how I feel about that. But I just don't think we need to have the legal system involved in order to make sure that we can see the child and give them that other part that you ladies were talking about, that emotional, that love, and all of that feeling. So, you know, that's just how I go in on that, man. And the last question I have for you guys that came from this is it truly fair for a person to only pay child support and nothing more? And I really want to answer that question, but I don't want y'all to just have to have my opinion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm about to see if we can get somebody on the line real quick. So give me a sec, man. We're gonna see what we can do about that, because I know we got somebody out here who we can get to. So stay tuned in. When we come back, I'm gonna have a call. Y'all see I'm pulling it up now. We're about to get a call on here for y'all, alright? Zae Savant, Thoughts of a Savant. Tune in, get tuned out. Be back in a second. Yo, what up? We back. We got a caller coming in right now, so let's see what we got. We got Miss Andrea. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Always good. Always good. Always getting your support and loving it. So today's topic that we're going in on, we are talking purely about child support and the ramifications of people who pay child support, don't pay their child support, all the different situations. But first I want to know, what's your overall opinion on the way that child support is administered by the government right now? Do you think that the government needs to step in and make people to pay child support, or that people would genuinely do it on their own?
No, I definitely don't think that people do it on their own. I definitely agree that the government needs to step in and play a role in that. And I say that because there's plenty. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
That I know that there's plenty of men and women that I know that do not pay their child support. And a side note from that, when they receive that money from the other party, I don't think the money is being spent according to the child's needs. And I mean, I know that you can't regulate and tell the parents, oh, you need to spend it on this or on that. But I feel like in the child support, like for example, I know somebody that pays child support, but yet the mother spends it on jewelry, clothing, hair, nails. And then when the child needs, oh, I need sneakers, they go ask their father. And the father says, oh, I just paid child support, so I'm not buying you sneakers. So the child's kind of stuck in the middle. So definitely, yeah, government definitely needs to continue to step in.
Okay, so then tell me this. Do you think that it's fair for somebody to pay child support and nothing more? Like, hey, the government said you got to pay $400 a month. That's what you pay, nothing else.
No, I don't think that at all. You're a parent. So let's say you have your child for the weekend, you pay your child support $400, and you have your child for the weekend, your child wants to go to McDonald's, you're not going to pay for your child for McDonald's? You know, I definitely don't think it should be the $400 and that's it. No, you're a parent.
Okay. Well, we love it on that. One more question I want to pose to you. Do you think that it's fair? Well, I got two questions for you, I'm sorry. Both of them are going to come just like this. Should legal visitation meaning someone's ability to see their child, should that be contingent upon the parent being on child support? So should I have to be on child support in order for me to see my child?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that should be. No, I don't think it should be implemented. Not at all. No.
Okay, so
you're a parent. You're a parent.
Okay, gotcha. And that's completely fair. I like that answer. And the last thing I want to know from you is where'd it go? I had one more question for you. I wrote it down because I knew you was gonna go in on it, man. Let me see.
Please, tell me, please.
Oh, should people who don't have visitation rights, you don't get to see your child at all, should they have to pay child support? You don't get to see your child at all. You're not allowed to see your child. You can't, just period. Should you have to pay child support?
Oh, you mean with no interaction, no type of connection with the child at all?
Nope, you can't see him if you want to see him. You're not allowed visitation with your child.
And you're saying, should you pay child support if you're not allowed to see that child?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say that I'm gonna have to say, yeah, I think that the person should still pay child support. Because it shouldn't just be on one party. It shouldn't just be all on the mother. The mother's financial for the child. It's not. It should just be on her. It should be for the father as well.
So even but he can't see his child. The government, the courts won't let him see the child. She wanted full visitation. I mean, full custody. She did not want to share visitation rights. So why should he have to pay child support? You don't even want to let that man see his child.
Oh, so you're saying that she's saying that and no visitation. She's saying that. The
courts have ordered it. She said it, so then the courts agreed and they said, no, you can't see your child.
So in that case, it's not, he's not really part of the child's life then, so no, then that's $400, $300, whatever it is, then no. Because if he's not even allowed to see the child, interact, talk, write a letter or anything like that, then no, I don't think that paying $400 is, no.
I think he should.
Why is that?
Because it takes a lot. Like, think about what you would have to do to a child, or do to a woman, or do to anyone for a judge to say, I'm gonna make you pay child support, but I'm not gonna allow you to see your child. Like, to lose all visitation, to lose all custodial rights, to not be able to see your child, and the court actually agreed, that takes a lot. And it happens, that's why I asked the question, because it does happen where people don't have visitation rights. And I know two people in that situation where they can't see their child, but they have to pay child support. And the one was selling drugs, got busted, child was in the house, had all kind of drug paraphernalia.
Oh, yeah,
hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
So that was one case. Another case, you ain't let me finish what I'm trying to say?
Go ahead.
You can just X out the thoughts of me. Alright, so that was one case. He was selling drugs. Another case was where, and this wasn't a friend of mine. My friend is actually the female, where she started dating a guy, got pregnant, had a child by him, and this is in New Orleans. And it turns out the guy was a registered sex offender. She did not know it. And he had molested his own child. And she went to court behind custody of him, and then I almost said her name, but then she wasn't allowed anymore. I mean, she went to the court. Basically, he wasn't allowed to see that child, but he still had to pay child support. But he can't be around that child, period. Before the child turns, I don't remember the age, but I think it's either 18, 21 or something like that, but he can't be around that child. So, yeah, I think y'all bastards like that, whether it's a man or woman, should have to pay child support.
Okay, yeah, let's break it down like that. Circumstances like that.
Okay. Well, you there? Oh. Well, we definitely appreciate you. I agree with you on so much, so it's always great to have you on the show because a lot of our views are the same, so that's always a beautiful thing. And then you're a beautiful woman, so it just makes it that much easier.
Thank you.
No problem. So, where can people find you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter?
On Facebook, yeah.
On Facebook? And your name is on Facebook?
Andrea Signor.
There you go. So you know how to reach her. The lovely Andrea Sidnor, we appreciate you and thank you very much for calling in, love.
Thank you for allowing me to give my opinion. Thank you.
What if you never been places you needed to go? What if you get there and learn as you go? What if is the question? Can I ask them?